양지 전부들던 힘이 저오늘 모는 전부가 비었다. 다그러 당연 전도 절마도. tumbato je janla ki jamsar lo me chen ro che ni jen gum sa ja hor ti ki chen ye la ni me pon zo ja la so la gon ge to bam bo ro shin ji lo ja hor cher na shan chu sa wa na wa na yang ta par ta ro sha ja hor ji me ba li ki mer ta ja hor ji 자고르 쳤다는 소리서 자고르 지미 발리키 마르토바테 유트좀 리기 마르토바테 예덤 존장도 잡아다 자리는 마연 리 등으로 할때 명은 렌데 바가베는 마연 리 등을 바테 원정 샘천 멤버십이 소 리제바니키 때 신의 제베는 마연 니어쇼 바탐 저도 담바테 포에는 마연도 다 더나비 샘천 잔나 나발라 냥지바테 문김티 mi dungher ji se tramba dang semchen ji ton chewer ji se tramba dang gewi tsawa ngun de shamba dang zopa zot mane number tagba dang trepa me pa dang tag de zon ji tsambe nat tamchit me per she pir man ji jar por juro ji ter ter chang chu sang nam chang chu sang na wa na yang ta per ta wer sheo ja hor ji me pa riki wo chang chu sang 나의 절대로 정거 심이 버려 시아트만 메베 저베 메바 자호로 샹추 생화 나웨는 어덕 semlam들들 니버 삼버 시하고 나는 흥원짐 타나 요바 마인지 신철로 끝근데 어떤 쇼원 양덕바 마인 바건들 또벤 요몽 발레 쇼한테 돈 담버는 달라건 그 나와 집셔비 추테 건 뭐무소 뒤집셔 제나 nimjongwa chimbo jile kirba liji kamda dagbo kangyang mepate kipa medo linda dagmete dagdam ngumbar jimba maktoban dala tun tambar kang natji shawate yang mungmite tewe na dagnam ngumbar jimba mepata natji sa kan shiba lang nebar shaw jib dagda shiba rjin chate chujin da shib kebar shaw lina chu mangbo ndi parte kiwa na chu konan gaba na chu konan gabarte chu te dagna pansan da matsur mashi de chu te dag kiwa na yang daf nyamda dag kiwa nyamda masim so gaba na yang daf nyamda dag gabo nyamda masim so di chujin da shi kan shibar shayu shir da sim kebar shar de kan dag kan dar tar chu san da shiba de yang shinja log barte shinja log na nat chimbo go dagna nat tang char shar de nat raptar pang shir da somba kebar shawo de la nat pang de kan jinan dar tar de ngar zamba pang go ngar zambar pangwa te kangji nan darta te nidam chara go te la nidam chara kangji nan darta te nangdam shirul kundu shoba me ba go te la nangdam shirul kundu shoba me ba ji shawa kangji nan darta te nyamba nyele magyo ba go rapta magyo ba da number magyo ba go nyamba nyet kangji na dagam nyamba nyet ne nyangan len de ba nyamba nyet to te jipshir ji nan darta te dagam nyangan len de ba Nika tombi shiro, te nika ji tong jena, mandab jopa, te nika tomba te tak jan yonso machapo. Te tur nyamba nyam tongwa ti na nad nyeta jan mayono, tomba nyeta jan da mershite, nad nyet, tomba nyeto.
Well, today we will continue on the Vimalakirti Sutra. Let's make the aspiration for the bodhicitta. Before the actual teaching, I would like to make notes of a few things. Some are relevant to all of you, and some are not relevant to the outsiders, but rather the insiders. but maybe to just share some facts. The first thing I would like to address is that recently, over here in Larungar, it's really cold, and it's probably going to go lower than minus 20 Celsius. Last night and this evening, certain regions over here, we don't have any electricity, and I believe you're quite enjoying your nights over there. I think without electricity is good. Maybe before we got used to electricity is good. I used to be able to read with very little lights coming from candles, but now I can't. Between 91 to between the 80s to maybe around 91 or 95, where we actually didn't have electricity or stable electricity. Yesterday they wanted to get electricity to my house, but I said no, I enjoy electricity. So I really enjoyed the time with the electricity, but the electricity came to my house really fast, rather. So I didn't get to enjoy it as much as I wanted. So I think we should learn to enjoy the darkness of no electricity. On the other hand, I know that without electricity, some of our volunteers are not able to finish their work. Therefore, some of our electricians continue to work on the restoration. I said, I don't know. I didn't know how long it's going to take for the electricity to return. I didn't say that it's going to be a very long period of time, so don't worry. I'm just saying that the electricians and some of the relevant volunteers, you should really pay attention to try to restore electricity over here as soon as possible. Another thing is that in the winter, I really hope I really hope that you keep up a positive attitude. Don't feel upset or depressed just because of the cold weather. And you should try to keep warm. I think I don't really need to say that because I notice many of you are already wrapping yourself into balls almost. So maybe I don't really have to say that. Another thing I would like to say is to the volunteers and our workers over here in the restaurants, I really hope that when you're cooking meals, I really think that try to avoid raw vegetables in the winter. I know some of the cooks are really busy and they stir fry really fast, and some of the meal are not really well cooked. When I just came back from Africa, I felt that everything is so delicious. But now I started to have a second thought about that. So if I feel that, I'm sure the other people also feel that. So for the cooks over here, if you're providing your service, I hope that you provide a quality service. I know it's not easy, especially the ones who cook breakfast. You have to get up really, really early to make sure that the Sangha would have breakfast. But if you're volunteering, if you're making such aspiration to service others, then you should continue to have a positive attitude as well as providing quality service to others. As long as you're on that post, then you should be able to, then you should finish your work on time. And even if you're resigning tomorrow, you should finish your post with a sense of responsibility. Sometimes it could be that people are a little bit hard to be fulfilled in their wishes and so on. But I think the other thing is about your aspiration and your quality of service. That's the second. And the third thing is I think we should use wisdom to discern. Just as the Dharma assembly, during Dharma assembly, I noticed that there are people digging out clear little beads out of roads, and they thought there are the relics, but they're definitely not relics. I mean, relics, they do exist. When I was sitting beside Jigme Phuntsuk Rinpoche when he was alive during one Dharma assembly, there were relics falling from the sky. So I think there are definitely there are relics. But the ones that you found on the road, I don't think they are relics. If you would present it to those departments, I think they would find it false. The other day I was walking out of the gate and I saw some of the people were digging the road.
这不应该笑，就是应该哭，知道吧？因为我们很多人就愚痴，就是这样的，把这个佛教的真正的文思修行的进化呢，就不知道，就是它是有意义的，而且就根本不是的东西，把它当作是的话呢，那我们这是什么苦空无我不懂是情有可原的，就是念这么一个非常这个简单的这个概念，就是这个我们他们有些藏族喇嘛觉悟不懂的话，那我觉得他们没有学过化学，就是应该可以的。那我们很多人都至少也是无力化学就是上过课的，所以有些时候的话呢，就是希望大家也是应该就是做比较真实的这个事情。
really foolish.
当然，我也不否认，就每个开法会啊，有时候的话呢，确实也是有三宝的加持和一些怀疑这个力量啊，就是会可能有这个降下的，但是这种降下的呢，就是不是什么那个就是大量的，就是各种各样的东西啊，有些人把这个小的狮子啊，有些是小的那个一些花枝啊、花蕊啊，反正各种各样的。所以这些如果你们当做舍利的话呢，对佛教就不但没有利益，就是反而有害的。
But if you would take those beads that we use to build road as relics, I think this is really harmful to Buddhism. The fourth one I would like to address is that within lay practitioners and monastics, I really hope that you should put study and contemplation as the most important. When you do have time, some of the masters and some of the teachers, they would take their volunteers or people who would work for them as their people. So they would take them to places whenever they get time. I myself, after 30 years of teaching, I really didn't take much people to tour around. I only took a few people to Mount Wutai. Other than that, even during Jigme Phuntsuk Rinpoche's time, when Khenpo Deba was visiting, and I was asking Jigme Phuntsuk Rinpoche whether if it's okay to invite Khenpo Deba to give 1,000 Buddha empowerment. So other than that, I really didn't take disciples or students to different places. To take them to one temple, to take them to a different place. And they would take their class and students to different countries and to different places. And some of the lay practitioners practitioners, they don't really put the most importance onto studying contemplation and practice. Rather, they would put their attention on how to gather money to get people to build temples and monasteries. So I think it's really important to ask the management whether if it's okay to do those things. Otherwise, I would consider that as inappropriate. And sometimes it could be quite dangerous, because when we say that if I were to take people to the county and if there's a whole car got accidents, what would you do? Just as the car accident happened in Chongqing, in the city of Chongqing, the people sitting on one bus were they all encountered in an accident, and they all died. But if some masters and teachers, if they would take lots of people to go on tours, I don't think that's appropriate. I don't think that's appropriate. But if it's only just a few people, sometimes it's okay. I don't think at this moment to be really to enjoy luxurious things is not a good time in terms of politics, economics, and religion. Everything is very much uncertain, even including this class. Yes, we're having this class right now, but next class, would we have the same good conditions and causes to have another class? We can't be so sure. So, some practitioners, maybe they don't really have much experience. When they have some authority, they would use that authority right away. And some people, when they have money, they would use that right away. And I don't think that's a very wise action. Therefore, some of the leaders of a group, of a team, I really think it's important for your group you should really lead and manage your team, not to lead and manage their, say, relationships and so on, but their ways of listening and studying and practice. When I wanted to go out of the monastery, I would go to places that's really close, and other than that, I wouldn't dare to arrange any kind of big activities. Sometimes I think it's really important for you to distinguish your boundary of authority, because for some of you don't have the authority to lead or to guide people to go around or to take them out to different places and so on, because nowadays we are very strict in terms of our management and rules. As you know, that we are now separated into two parts. One is the Buddhist college, and the other one is the Laronggar monastery. So we have these two parts, and they have different rules and regulations. And within this kind of frame of regulations, if we were to take the people out Laronggar, I don't think you have that boundary of authorization. If you were to have such authority, I think that's very difficult. I'm not trying to deny that. I'm just making this known. Another thing I would like to address, I have to say it again, that I really wish all of you to have a sense of cherishing the Dharma, because now this, in terms of a global situation, is really not stable. As a Buddhist, I think it's quite important for you to see news, just as Nippon Rinpoche said that it's quite important to pay attention to the international and domestic affairs and political situation. Don't be the kind of Buddhist that only put concentration on the chanting mantra and holding a prayer wheel and so on. Of course, if you have such merits and possibility and opportunity to practice in retreat, in mountain retreats, of course, I would really rejoice. But if you are not, then it's quite important to know what the current situation is. Just as we see nowadays the estate situation, the economic situation, finance situation, as well as all the monastery, many things are constantly changing. Many religions, even in the world, are constantly changing. Everything is changing so fast nowadays. So I think it's quite important to be steadfast, to practice, and especially when we see different affairs happening in the world, some Dharma assemblies and so on are also changing according to the political situation and then the global situation. Therefore, I think it's quite important to know what's changing and what's happening in this world. So those are the notes I would like to say. And now we'll continue on Madhyamika. No, it's not Madhyamika, it's Vimalakirti Sutra. As we talked earlier in last class, Manjushri now is asking for inquiring Vimalakirti on his illness. So he asked Vimalakirti what kind of illness it was and so on.
So
now we'll continue and talk about the mainly two aspects today. One is Vimalakirti talks about how to console, how to comfort the one who is ill. What kind of methods? And the other one is from the angle of the ill ones, how to tame one's own mind. So these are from the two aspects. And then the first one, how to console or comfort the ill ones, as according to Master Zhizhe, is the teaching to the ones who are following the teaching, and the other one is the other question is for people who have sharp faculty or higher faculty, the ones who follow the Dharma. So it involves lots of profound Mahayana teachings. Everyone will inevitably get sick, and we see people around us getting sick, and we would visit people who get sick, and even take care of them. So at that time, what kind of teachings should we use? What kind of methods should we use? Even when we ourselves get sick, we should be able to use certain kind of teachings and apply that onto ourselves.
其实不管什么样的人的话，他这个听闻的这种功德呢，也是非常非常大的。以前有一个叫做是那个尖锥记呢，安真都
，There is a sutra that's called the Ganta Sutra.
特别想起托尼的那年皮儿他把木脚过。就是这个咱们当中好像我不知道以前是那个极乐圆满大书还是哪里在用过，就是唯识讲法是击鼓敲剑之声闻不解脱，何况去听闻，就是意思是我们如果就是为了讲经说法的时候，表示为了这个给大家通知这个讲经说法，然后呢就是听到了那个就是敲鼓也好，吹海螺也好。
Sometimes it's the Ganta, the ritual bell,
那么
or
听到
sometimes
这个
it's
声音的话呢，也能这个获得解脱。
By simply listening to those kind of sounds, that's gathering the Sangha to listen to the Dharma. That merit is immeasurable, let alone by actually attend the teachings. That kind of merit is quite unbelievable.
也是讲过，以前上师如意宝呢，就是也经常引用这些教程。就我
other
也
sutras, they also stated
可能就是刚开始来的时候
the kind of merit that you can gather
为了
through
听课
listening
呢，
to
去很远的地方，就是但是
the
心里
Dharma.
就是特别的欢喜啊。现在也是这样的，我们许多的
I
这
feel
个
quite happy
道友啊，就是为了这个听课
when I
的话
listen to the
呢，
Dharma.
有些时候可能听
I
早上
know
的
there
课
are
就是
people who are
也是
here.
比较这个
Sometimes
学习呢，
it's
就是
very
就
difficult to
也
attend
是
the morning
这个
classes
编那
because
个
you would have
睡
to
觉
walk
编那
through
个怎么说
the
就编滑冰，就是
the snow
我下面的那个地
that's
方呢，
on
也
the
是很
road.
好的一个滑冰场。那个
Sometimes you have to
就我
slide
没有
on the
去过
road.
东北的这个滑冰场，然后
Just like skiing,
就
the place where I live actually have a very good
作为
very
年
good
轻人来讲应
skiing
该是很
place.
好的，但是听法有功德的，所以去一些远的地方呢还是很好。
By
我也希望我
going to
们这个城市里面
a
的有
little
些
bit
道友
further
为了听
places
课，就
to
是
attend the
开
Dharma
车也
class
好，走路
is
也好，或者是
very
做什么的话呢，花一
meritorious.
些时间是非常有
Whatever
意义
you
的。
do
你们也记住这个
in order
刚才
to
讲的
listen
教
to
程里
the
面
Dharma
这个
is
内
very
容啊，
meaningful.
或者也应该
Maybe
这是
driving,
所以我们有时候
maybe
可能要呢
walking, and different methods.
不知道以后方不方便，就有的话那就我们这个
Later
前面
when we
呢，
have
就是我
time
们
and
这里是这
opportunity.
个吹海楼的，然后我们在那个网上以后为了这个宣示的
Online,
话呢，
maybe
就
we
也是
should
通过
also
一些声音，就
blowing
是
a conch or
提前
making
就是
some
给
kind
大
of
家传
sound
一下，也
to
是听到这个声音的
make
话呢
people
有
aware
这种
that the
敬
Dharma
畏
is
心哇就现在开
the
始
Dharma
听话
class is
不
going to
仅是我
begin.
们听到这个海螺的声音，
Not
敲鼓的声
only
音，
just
但
by
是
listening
其
to
他
the
的众
drums
生呢，
or
就包括我
listening
们
to the
比如
sound
说
of
在
conch,
拉拢的山
in
谷里
fact,
面的
not
这个
just
乌鸦
us
也
as
好，
humans,
喜鹊
but
也好，
other
他们听到
sentient
的话，
beings,
他们的上去
including
到
the
梦想山
crows
根
and
以
the
前是进
sparrows
人是
in
这
this
个
Larunga,
被那个
they
中观
would
这
also
个般若素就是后来
receive
安徽人是
this
当
kind
时
of
当被印
merits.
度后来就是他也是已经超越了他们，所以我们经常就是吹一些海螺的话呢，我们这个
So
这
by
个屋
blowing
檐
the
下面有
conch,
这个乌鸦的话呢，
lots
我
of
也经
the
常想那
crows
个
and
这个屋檐下
also sometimes I would
那个
think
什
that
么那个乌鸦，就是
I
他们一直，但现在我们家里没有吹海螺，就是所以
I actually have a pair of squirrels, a pair of crows living underneath my roof. They, although I don't blow conch, but I would chant mantras and chant mantra to them.
下面我们
They
讲
would
啊，
pay
就是说
close attention to
这
me,
个在这
looking
个时候呢，
down
就文
at
殊
me.
菩萨问这个维摩诘
But
居士啊，
sometimes I
就
would
文殊
think
菩萨
that
问维
just
摩诘居士
teaching them
说菩萨应该
the
如
Dharma
何这
from
个
below is probably not
这个安慰
really
啊，就是或
respectful.
者是安慰呢，就是
So at
于
that time,
是
Manjushri
啊，
asked
就预告
Vimalakirti,
有疾之菩萨，就是有病的菩萨。
how
就我刚才
would
讲的，
bodhisattvas
他这里这个
comfort
前面的话呢
bodhisattvas who are ill?
主要讲这个
In
本
the
来是这个
previous part, we
文殊
talked
菩萨
about
呢
how
就去看
Manjushri
那个维摩诘居士，维摩诘居士是
originally
病
to
人，然
pay
后
a visit
到
to
了哪里的
Vimalakirti,
时候呢，就是
who
本
is
来是
supposedly
文
to
殊
be
菩萨应
ill.
该安慰那个维摩诘居
well,
士，他是病人，就是让文殊
Manjushri
菩
should
萨
have
去看他的。
consoled
但文殊菩萨呢，
Vimalakirti.
在显象上呢，
However,
问他，就是问他怎么
Manjushri
样
now
安慰
is
病人。
asking Vimalakirti,
可
how
能
should
维
I
摩诘居
comfort
士
you?
应
How
该
should I
反问
comfort
说是
the
你不是
ill
来这
ones?
个看我吗？
Maybe
你应该
Vimalakirti
安
should
慰
have
我就对
asked
了。
that that,
但是他
aren't
没有
you
说，
here
就是
to
下面的
console
字
the
也
ill
讲了
ones?
很多的
Why
这
don't
个
you
道理
start to
吧。
comfort
其
me?
实这个很多古代的这些大德们呢，就是他
Lots
有
of
不
the
同的
great masters
解释吧，就
in
是大多
ancient
数都就认为呢，
masters
就
have
是一
different
个是为什么是
explanations
问那
on
个
such
维摩诘居士呢？就是
questioning
维摩诘居士呢
methods.
一个是他
and
知道是这个病人的
on
情
one-
况是怎么样的，就是所以呢，如果他的课里面就是说是这样
On
安慰
one
的话呢，
aspect is
最
that
真实的、
Manjushri
最确
knows
切的因为没有生病的人，就是
what's
给他
the
问
true
这个
condition of
病的
Vimalakirti.
相关
And
事
the
情的
other
话呢，他不一定有
explanation
这个
is
经验
that
的，因为他自己
Vimalakirti,
生
he
病的话呢，
himself
那
knows
么
that he's
对
ill.
别人这个
Therefore,
怎么样安慰的话呢，就是他
whatever
这方面就是非
he,
常
however he would
清楚
receive
的，
such
这是一
comfort
个方面。
is
还有一
very
个方面呢，就是本来也
accurate
从
because
疗愈的角
Vimalakirti
度来讲，
himself is
维摩诘居士呢
already
就是没有
sick.
生病，就是他是为了
And from
这个
the
实现这
ultimate
个然后呢
aspect,
所以
Vimalakirti
呢，就
is
是
really
文殊
not
菩萨也
ill.
是
He's
问他，
just
就是原因呢
manifesting
就是是
this
这样的，否则的话呢，好像就
sickness.
是问他那个有点就是不是很真实的。然后问他的时候呢，就是维摩诘居士
And
告诉
then, after such
文殊菩
questioning,
萨，
Vimalakirti
就
said to
不仅是
Manjushri,
文殊菩萨，还有
in
在
fact,
场的
not
好
just
像
the
藏文
Manjushri,
当
but
中文莫介
all
言
people
这个
around.
是藏文当中是文殊菩萨演说的，
Tibetan version.
不对吧？没有吧？
What is it?
刚才我是不是看错了？内版家或者内版家或者深圳他们之间那肯定到更严吧？对，こうやな。家或者知道那真是三万，家或者就是没办法，我觉得这里面逻辑上有点。藏文上、韩文上都是应该是可以
In the Chinese version
但是那个
is
因
a
为
bit different than the
文殊菩萨
Tibetan
问那个
version
维
in
摩诘
terms
居
of who
士，
said.
这个
So
怎
anyhow,
么样安慰别人？
over
这个我
here,
们也经常，我们经常去
Manjushri
看
asked the
看
Vimalakirti
别人啊，我的朋友
of how should I comfort you. In fact, we encounter such situations very often when maybe it's our relatives or our friends who are sick and we would pay visit to them. There are people who would take
不是拉花，它相当于是花圈一样的，就不是
flowers
不是很好的，就还没有死
the
的时候的
flowers
花
that
圈。
are in white circles. In fact, those are
其
the
实
ones
病的时候
to
也拉花，就是就
give
死
to
的时候也拉
the
花，就是
deceased
有点
ones.
有时候不是
So
很那
to
个，
give
不知道什么意
flowers,
思
to give the flowers to the sick ones,
然后
and
那
people
个
have
就是
the
他
culture
这样
of
说
giving
的，维
flowers
摩
to
诘
the
居士
deceased
说
ones.
这个。
Well,
那么给别人安
I'm
慰
not
的时候，
familiar
应该
with
是
such
因为
culture. I'm
这
not sure
个
what's
这
the
个
meaning
身体
behind
上
it.
面的病嘛，身体
Anyhow,
上面的话呢，病的话呢，就是对病人就是说这个身体是无常的。
Vimalakirti started saying that because the body is ill, so you should first explain that a body is impermanent and it is moment by moment it is impermanent. Therefore, you should
但光
teach
这样说
on the
的话呢，也不
impermanence.
行的，就是不做验你的身体，就是前面生死无
Teaching
常的
such
话
is not
按照这
enough.
个孝
In
正的一些
fact,
教言，就是讲
he
三万
then
的教
taught on
然
that
后后
one
面就
should
不做
not
言语也是
have，
如果我们一味
aversion
的
to
说
one's
这个
body.
无常的话，那就是可能
Why
他
is
们
that?
就
Because
舍弃
if we
身体，
continue
然
to
后呢
talk about the
就
impermanence
去
of
寂
the
灭，有这
body,
个可能性。
then
所以呢，
it's
也不能
quite
做这个厌离
easy
身体，
for
因为依靠这
people
个家
to
和
have a
身体
sense
还
of
可以利益众
aversion
生，
to the
是
body,
不
and
多
then
两遍。
they
这里
would like
其实
to
安慰病的时候，一
attain
方面说身体无常，但另一方面说呢，虽然身体是无常的，但是呢，
the temporary
你还是要
peace and
长
take
久注视，你
pleasure
就
in that.
信仰好一点，就是你肯定会还要这个注视很长时
So
间的，
you
就是不
have
会
to
死
say
的，
that,
就是你这个病一定会
well,
是好
your
的，
sickness
你
will
还要
definitely
这
get
个
better, and
你
you
不要
won't
不要
die
这个
from
厌
such
厌你
sickness.
身
So
体，不
don't
然
have
以
such
前的有些
aversion
小乘比丘的话呢，
to
一
your
说身体
body.
的过失，最后呢就是真的
Otherwise,
身
some
体厌
of
烦
the
性，就
Theravada
是有
monks
这
would
种
would talk
所以这是
only
一个
about
方
the
面。
impermanence of
然后
body,
要
and then
说那
they
个
would
身
have a
体呢
sense
是
of
有苦的，就
renunciation
是
from
身
the
体呢
body,
永远
and
是无常，无常有
soon
变化的
they
原
would
因，就
die.
是肯定是有苦辛苦等等，就身
Because
体
the
是苦
body
的
is
本性。
changing
但
moment
你
to
一味的
moment,
说这个苦的话呢，可
therefore,
能会它
the
趋近于
body
涅槃的
is
这样。所以呢，就
suffering,
是
the
不所乐
body
于涅
is
槃。像
impermanent.
小乘的有些那个新人
And
的
then
话呢，就
explains
是
the
因为
body
身体是
suffers,
痛苦的，
and
最
but
后
do
呢
not
就是
teach
痛
the
苦的
one
为了
should
这个
take pleasure in
他就
nirvana.
结束痛苦，就是要
to find
去
the
入这个
solace
寂灭
in
的这个
nirvana.
涅槃，就小乘的涅槃一样。
The
这样的话呢，就
Theravada
也是失去
nirvana.
了很多利益众生的机会。因此呢，
Because
不能
in
说
such
乐
a
于
way,
涅槃
then，
尤其
people
是小
would
乘的这种涅
lose
槃呢，
the
一定
opportunity
要
to
就
benefit
是
sentient beings.
不能
So
进
you
入，
should
就是
not
要降
find
到就
solace
是
in
虽然
nirvana.
这个身体是苦的本性，
Because
就是啊，这个
although
我
the
们
nature
人
of the
生
body is
是
suffering,
苦的，
although life, the nature of life is suffering, but if we were to take if we were to be able to understand such a suffering, then we should be able to take that opportunity to benefit sentient beings. So what we should do is to comfort the other by saying that you will definitely get better, you will definitely be healthy again, therefore please get well soon, and we'll have opportunities to help the others who are suffering in this world. And then explain the body is without self, because you cannot define the body as your feet, your arms, your head, and so on. You can't find a solid existence of the body. So on one hand, we should teach people that although we take this as one body, but on the other hand, we should use such a body that is illusory, that is compounded, and use this body to guide the sentient beings. We should use this body to teach the Dharma, to help the sentient beings. Because although there is no self, there's no solid existence of I, of this body of the self, but you should still use this illusory body, the compounded body, to guide the sentient beings. By explaining this body as emptily serene, because we are actually explaining the body could be dissected into parts and then into different little elements, and then even the element doesn't exist. So that kind of serenity is also in an extreme. In fact, this is inappropriate view to take either. So do not teach that it is ultimately extinguished. We should, so this passage actually talks about the nature of body from the aspect of the Four Noble Truths, the impermanent, suffering, emptiness, and no self. This is saying that the ill ones, when consoling the ill ones, you should not only talk about one extreme of the suffering and impermanence and so on, but to encourage them to keep this body to benefit the sentient beings. According to Master Sunzhao, it is the kind of skillful means to teach the people by giving them different teachings according to different capacities. And the other way of explaining why to say so much about such explanation is because maybe there are people who don't understand on the first point, and then they would continue to explain on the second point. Anyhow, out of the four explanations, there's definitely one that people will be able to understand. So there's no faults of repeating. And then talks about the faults of this body. The first of all is to talk about the previous transgressions that people may have made in the previous lifetimes. The suffering, the first one is to talk about the suffering actually is created by the past transgressions. Just as the Theravada also explains that if one enjoys killing or killed a lot, then people would have a short life and have lots of illness that is caused by the previous transgressions. But one should not take such transgression is solid, is unchangeable. So we should not think in such a way, because if it is in such a way, then there is something permanent, and your transgressions cannot be changed, the karmas cannot be changed. So you cannot say that such transgression is solidly existing. Therefore, it says, do not teach that they enter into the past. Into the past means, over here means that holding onto such transgression as a solid. Over here in this passage, actually, actually explains such question from the wisdom aspect. And then, from here onwards, it's the explanation from the angle of compassion, because there are people who are not able to understand it from the wisdom aspect, but they can understand it from compassionate level, just as they can preserve other people's or have empathy for other people's sickness. So over here, you should take such illness and comfort the illness of others with one's own illness. Should take your own illness and have empathy, and to have such empathy for others who are also ill. Because however suffering you're feeling right now, in fact, the other sentient beings are also feeling in such a way. The sentient beings who are feeling ill at this, falling ill at this moment and in the past and in the future. So this kind of illness, we should think that the suffering of such illness that happens in the past, in the present, and in the future. And one should also recognize the innumerable kalpas of suffering of our past lives. And one should remember that this kind of karma or this kind of illness, that the people would actually take such illness to the future lives as well. So such suffering that happens in your body, you should be able to also have empathy towards the hungry ghost realm, the hell realm beings, and other sentient beings who are encountering suffering. So in the Xuanzang's translation, it is said in the past thousands of kalpas, and it is different in other translations. In the Kshitigarbha, it says that due to their karma, the offenders undergo hundreds of thousands of deaths and rebirths. They pass through hundreds of millions of eons seeking escape in vain. Maybe some very simple acts of someone, that the karma that's created by that small action could cause the suffering for eons, for kalpas. So through your own illness, you can actually feel for others. Because whenever we're not ill, maybe we don't have such understanding for other people's suffering. When we hear the news of politicians and celebrities, once they had the illness or a certain kind of sickness, and once they recover from that, all of a sudden they become great philanthropists. and they would invest their money into foundations to help people who are also suffering from such suffering. I had some foot problem, and I think I was going to some countries, and I can't remember which one. But when I saw someone in the airport who were limping, and all of a sudden I thought to myself, oh, I know how hurtful that was. If I were to have ability, I would definitely help that person. So we would have a sense of feeling to generate compassion towards others, and even take that into our own action to help them. I really think sick ones are really suffering a lot. Whenever we have ability, we should be able to, we should extend our help to others. It doesn't really have to be organized, I know there are situations in this world that they're using people who are
然后那个要意念这个作秀的父，就是就是以前这个过去就是自己，因为病人的话呢，就是你要想到就是这个以前自己所修的这些苦啊，然后也意念什么呢？就是尽命，就是他那个亲近的生活，就是远离一切邪命，就是亲近的这个生活啊，就是现在的话呢，就是作为病人也应该就是想到他这个亲近的过生活，
And be mindful of one's pure livelihood without generating vexation, but always generating
然后也不要那个生气这个忧恼啊，就是因为生病以后心情很重要的，就不要生就是哎，我可能好不了，我完蛋了，就是可以好像西方的很多人呢，就可能是比较向得开，也许可能像那个北欧啊，就有些国家的话，可能因为那个就生病以后的话，那就是有些可能比较这个。他就有一些保障吧，就是像那个美国也好，还有很多地方的话呢，有些这个生病完了以后呢，确实是这个以前是一个富贵人，但是后来就你这样一生病就变成这个就非常可怜的人了，就是所以一生病就有些可能心情不好啊，就是然后以这个造成呢病情就更加严重。啊，就是那么长期对心智上方呢，要这个经济性。刚才前面讲到那个就是这个意念修复啊，就是意念修复是其实很重要的，就是我们这个就生病的时候呢，就不能一直想到这个负面的、控制的或者造恶的这些事情。应该作为安慰者的话呢，就是跟他讲一下啊，就是不要这么伤心，这么痛苦，但实际上你的病也会好的啊。
to be very positive as well. Don't only talk about the negative things that they've done in the past. And you can encourage them by how much merits they've conducted and so on. There's a story that's recorded in Madhyama Gama, where it's a story of Avatar Pindada, his good friends.
好像那个就要死不活的病特别的严重，然后按照那个印度的这些习惯的话呢，当时舍利子呢也是问他，你这个那么难受啊，就是你的病没有减轻啊，你现在吃的吃饭好不好啊？其实我们对病人问这些还是最好的方法。首先要这个说你自己一定，因为病人是惯什么样的人，我发现就特别关心自己的这个病啊，就是你痛不痛啊？
important because the sick ones really like to be asked and they really enjoy to have attention, especially towards their body. You could ask, how are you feeling? Is it hurting you? And so on. Don't just drop a red pocket full of money and then walk away. That's really not comforting them. So at that time, Avatar Pindada said that I'm really ill and and my sickness is increasing. So he said lots about the negative aspect of his sickness. Shariputra was actually very skillful. Shariputra said that don't worry, you will get well for sure. And you've done so much positive things in the past. You created so many good karmas in the past. You gathered so much merits. And you have the right mindfulness, right way of living, and you've done so many positive deeds, and therefore you don't have to worry about your past life either, your next life either. So at that time, after listening to the comforting words of Shariputra, then Avatakandada started to feeling better and better, and at the end of the conversation, he was feeling completely fine. He stood up, and his illness was completely gone. So that's a story that's recorded. If you can make people who are sick to have more positive thoughts, and to encourage them to have more meritorious thinking, that's very good. And don't rely on the wrong actions to continue to live. Some practitioners wouldn't even continue their life if it were to rely on some wrong actions. Just as Master Hui Yuan, when he fell ill, the doctor asked him to drink some medicinal alcohol. He refused, and then the doctor asked him to drink some meat soup, some soup that has meat, and then he rejected that. And then the doctor asked him to drink some honey, but Master Hu Yuan was not sure whether that's allowed in the Vinaya. So he asked his attendant to look it up, whether if it's allowed, and by that time he passed away. So the moral is that as a practitioner, we should live up on the right action and the right choices. I know there are people who are really ill, maybe if some medicine has some animal elements, parts in it, as long as you're not involved in the direct killing, I think it is still worth your consideration to take such medicine to prolong your life. So don't fall into the extremes. It's also quite important.
就是可能为利益众生啊，就是做一些清净善法的这个事情的话呢，就是那么这个他的这个病也是越好，而且让他发愿什么呢？当做以往就是要治重病，就是要想到就像佛陀一样，就是帮这个众生的生病和医病的，就是那种这个做以往就是治疗这个很多众生的这个心灵和身体的疾病。这样的话呢，那么这个菩萨呢，就是应该就是菩萨以这种方式来就是安慰这个病人，让这个病人呢就是身体的欢喜心如果他心里升起欢喜心的话呢，的确也是他的病就是不愈而至，这是很好的一种方法。因此我们以后要看一些病人的时候呢，就一定要跟他做一些可能有一些这个能产生欢喜心的这个事情，要跟他讲，自己也是应该 would make them happy. In fact, the people who are sick, if they could be quite open-hearted and happy-hearted, happy-minded, and then their illness could be healed in no time. And two, 真正有一些利他性的话呢，就是他可能病就不会当做什么事情啊。比如说你这个病人如果我自己倒是以前是经常有这种感觉，就是稍微就是比如说生病的时候，我要翻译个什么东西啊，我要做个什么，就是我要听个什么课啊，就是好像心就是对这个利他性方面稍微有点的话呢，就自然而然就是自己的这种自私的病呢，就是自然而然会笑了。如果我就特别的闷着，
I have to translate a certain text, and I have to listen to a certain class, and then my illness seems to be gone. Rather than there are people who have so much grasping towards their physical health, they are so scared right away and saying that I can't die, I shouldn't die.
所以现在就是利他性是我觉得很多这个
mind of benefiting others could be the kind of motivation to help people to recover from sickness. I said earlier that I think when masters are teaching classes, I think they should have enthusiasm and they should have the sense of passion to teach. And when we talk about passion, it seems that people are too cold to have passion. It's quite important to have passion to teach. Otherwise, just like a worldly teacher who don't have motivation other than salary to teach the students, of course, he won't be able to do a good job. And similarly, as the Dharma masters, how could they teach their students well if they don't have a sense of urgency and passion to teach? Maybe it's because they don't have a sense of benefiting mind. If you don't have a beneficial mind, a mind of benefiting others, they can't really stay in a sangha. Maybe that's because they don't have such passion of helping others.
In
Beijing University, it was said that the students over there lost the passion to study. They don't have the passion towards life. They don't even have passion towards love relationships anymore. They only look at their social media platforms and WeChat and so on. That's all they do. Some of the scholars and academians invited unfortunately people to share their stories and invited those people who probably live in unfortunate situations yet still have lots of passion to give these university students speeches. Before, our concern was that the masters, the Dharma teachers, after they graduate from Buddhist college, what if they don't have a temple to go to the monastery to teach at? That was the concern that we used to have, but now it is completely different. Lots of temples and monasteries are all emptied out, just like the Christian churches nowadays in the West. And I think the reasons that the Dharma masters don't want to go to those monasteries and teach is because they feel that there are no delicious food or plenty of material providings over there. When I first arrived in Larungar, we started learning in Samye class or Samye Shrine Hall. There was nothing there. I think there were people who were depressed at that time. Maybe at that time we didn't know that they have depression, but it's only now when I think of it, maybe at that time they were depressed. But I really think it's quite important don't feel that you should that you're binded in this temple and monastery that doesn't have a wealthy provisions. Just as I said, some of the Dharma teachers, they want to have luxurious lifestyle, and when it is time to propagate the Dharma and to give teachings, they don't have such passions. Once you have a beneficial mind, even as a sick person, as long as you have such a benefiting heart to helping others, then I think it will alleviate some of suffering caused by sickness. So the kind of way of helping others and comforting others is to make the sick ones happy. I think this is really applicable to people who are studying Mahayana practitioners. Then at that time you should try to make them happy by using different skillful means.
以这个菩提心这方面就是讲的，下面是第二层意思的话呢，就是讲到那个法治，或者是它下面的第二层意思呢，就讲一个这个家里的我，还有家里的这个法，还有这个讲的灭法，就是还有这个空空荡荡就是这样的道理。然后这个文殊菩萨呢，文殊菩萨有说啊，就是这个居士啊，有病的这个菩萨呢，就是怎么样调自己的心。到这个内在的心，因为当时病人呢，这个是比较高的境界来讲的。那么维摩诘居士呢，就是说有病的菩萨呢，应该是这样想，应该这样想，就是怎么样想呢？就是说就如今我这个病呢，即是从这个往昔的就是这种妄念，就是或者说是妄想颠倒，就是还有这个各种各样的烦恼无明，就二这个产生了。无有事法就是无有事法，那么就是怎么会是有这个干树病者呢？就是首先是他这里就讲到了什么呢？就是讲到了这个病的这种来源嘛。病的来源的话呢，就刚才也讲到，就是实际上是我们每一个众生呢，就是他有很多的这种妄想啊，就是我执啊，妄想我执呢就是依靠这种颠倒的这个无明而来的。那么颠倒无明而来的话呢，那么这个是依靠一种有力的这种正悟这个才能就是获得这个解脱。那这种正悟的话呢，对这个法的这个剖析很重要的。如果对法的剖析已经知道的话呢，首先第一个方面呢，他对这个生死轮回呢，就是没有什么这个执着啊，就是没有什么这个痛苦。就像《微增因缘经》里面呢，以前也是讲过吧，就是三人乐色如求出于好的这种修行人呢，就是他对那个生死还是很欢喜的。恶人为死如求如意，就是恶人的话呢，就是他是特别害怕这个死亡，所以我们实践当中的这种颠倒原则呢，其实是经常呢就是不知道这个法的本性啊，就前面是这样讲的，然后后面呢就是他说这个无有事法啊，就是那么这样的这种法呢，就是实际上是不管是你的烦恼也好，颠倒妄想也好，感受的这个疾病的痛苦的话呢，它也是没有一个真正的事法，因为这个是对于理根者啊，就是对随法者而讲的，随法者而讲的话呢，那就是没有真正的这个感受者。
So the teaching is that there's no solid experiencer.
好像那个如菩萨训练当中也是
In
讲的，就是
Bodhisattva Charyavatara, where it says that continua in gathering, so called like garlands and armies are unreal. So there is no one to experience pain. For who is there to be its owner? The armies and the garlands and necklaces are compounded
人，感受疾病的人。
So
那么谁就是对这
similarly,
个各种痛苦就是害怕等等，
really
就像这
there
里
to
讲的一样的，
experiencing
就所以呢
that，
就
sickness.
是首先是对这个病人呢，就是应该这样讲，就是我们的这
So
个
that's a
病是
teaching that
颠
you
倒
should
的
give
产
to
生
the
的。那么
ill
真正的
ones.
感受病者呢，就是没有的。 如果这个病人是学过
Because
中
there
观
is
呢，就是
no
对中
one
观
that's
和对
truly
有些密
experiencing
法有
such
一定
illness,
的这种境界的人的话，
especially
可能
of the
是
ill ones
应该
who
是
studied
还是很好的
Madhyamika
吧，
and
就是
who
他就稍微跟
studied
他提
some
醒
of
一
the
下。我
Tantra
们有些密
teachings.
法当中也讲，
I think
就
it could
对
be
这个
very
病人就
helpful.
非常严重的时候，
Like
给他稍微
how
提醒一下的话，那就是他马上就按
how
住一本
the
位。
tantric practitioners
那么怎么是
they
这个
would
没有
listen
感
to
受者
some
呢？就是
teachings
他这
and
个
it
是怎么样呢？
almost
就是
seems
因为是
that
四大
they're
和合的缘
completely
故，而
alleviated
四大
from
和
their
合的话，
suffering,
那
their
就是
pain.
加密为这个身体。如果这个地所
Why
合合
body
四
is
大和合
provisional
加密为
name
身体的
for
话
a
呢，那么这个
conglomeration
身
of the
体
four
呢就是没有
elements,
这个主
and
宰
the
的
four
啊，
elements
就
have
是
no
身体
master.
它
There's
是
no one
是
that's
四大和
completely
合的。那么四大和
controlling
合
the
没有
four
主宰
elements.
的话呢，
The
就是
four
其实这个身
elements
体呢就是也
are
没有
the
我啊，没有
it's a
真正的
combination of the
我
four
没有
elements.
真正
Then
的
how
我
can
的
you
话，
say
那就
there
是
is
所谓的
one
这种
solid
病啊，就是
existence
所谓
of
的病
I?
气呢，皆
If
与
there
我
is no
啊，就是
solid
皆有
existence
助，
of
就是
I,
皆有这
how
个我
could
执而
you
产生的。
how could
所
you
以
say
说
there's
呢，就
someone
是对我呢，
experiencing
就是不
such
应该产生
illness?
这个制度啊，就是对我没有这个产
The
生
body
制
has
度
no
的话呢，
self.
那么就
Furthermore,
是
the
已经知
arising
道
of
了这个
this
病的
illness
这
is
种
entirely
本
due
相
to
病
attachment
的
to
病
self.
的这个根
And
本。
once you
那么
have
这
no
样以后呢，
attachment
就
to
是能
self,
牵出这
then
个我
you
相和
would be able
众
to
生相啊，
completely
就是
alleviate
产生
such
这个
suffering.
我相和众
That
生
is
相。那么这
rootless.
个是。
It is to
如果真正是断除了这个我相和众生相
eliminate
啊，就
the
我相无人相，无人
the
这个
attachment
无众
towards
生相
self,
啊，就
towards
无
the
人相
sentient
无众生
beings.
相，就像《金刚经》里面所讲的一样的，等的种子的，有劲呢，得兰经把接人家等的种子也没有得兰经把嘎兰经，好像什么
Vajrachitika
树
Sutra
如少春，于我则有据，也是
It also
如果
says
在
the
现在
same
刚刚那
thing.
个
And
就是讲
in
我的这个时候
the
吧，
Bodhicharyavatara, it also
就
says
少
that
费
if
岁
such a
数
thing as
四
I
为据是吧？
exists indeed,
就是说，
then
因为
terror is
如果我稍微
granted
有一
will
点产生
torment
的话
it.
呢，
But
我可
since
以这
no
个
self
产
or
生
I
痛苦啊，
exists
产
at
生畏
all,
惧啊。
what
但
is
是确
there
确实
left
实，
for
我是
fears
用
to
智慧来
terrify?
寻找的时候啊，
When you
用这个
search with your
观察
wisdom
人物和观察法物的
to
两个
observe
智慧来
with
真正去观察的
with
时候
your
呢，
wisdom,
我们这个众生的这个我呢，就是的确是找不到的
then。
那怎么
that
会是有所谓的这个畏
existence
惧啊，
of
就
sentient
是痛
beings,
苦啊
how
这些
could
怎
that
么
be
会有
there?
呢
How could？
就是是没
I
有
or
的。
sentient beings be there?
有一个叫做那个护法藏因缘经啊，护法藏因缘经里面
Another
讲的那
sutra,
个
it
24
says,
度，就是
it is
那个
stated that
四字比丘
the
的就是公案，就是四
24th
字比丘呢，就是以前
patriarch,
是在印度一个
his
地方
name
弘扬佛
is,
法，非常的这个
the
成功。
lion
后来有两个
bhikkhu.
外道对他产
He
生
was
嫉妒心，
propagating
然后
the
呢就是
Dharma,
假装成他，然后他
his
们到
career
迁
was
入
very
这个
successful of
皇宫
propagating，the
然后呢
Dharma.
就在淫
But
乱
at that
这
time,
个宫女，
two
所以说呢
heterodox
就是被国王
teachers
这个发现，
were
被
very
国王发
upset
现的
about
时候
him,
呢，
and
当
they
时这个
pretended to
很
be
多人
him,
就对这个
then
佛
went
教
into
就是
the
产生
palace
这个
and
疑
had
惑，就是怎么会是
sexual
出家人
misconduct
出家比
with
丘就是
the
做这些事情，尤其
with
是
the
国王就
women
是
inside the
发现之
palace.
后的话呢，
After
他
the
就
king
非
found
常的
out,
这个生
the
气，
king
就是
was
他就
really
对
upset.
那个
And
其
he
实
was
不是那个四
extremely
字比丘
angry.
他做的，但是呢，他们假装成四字比丘。
Although at
后
that
来
time
呢，这
it
个国
was
王
not
找
the
他，
lion
说
bhikkhu
是
who
你是不是
conducted
已经
all
就是
these
懂得了这个
sexual misconducts,
这个无云皆空的道理。
but because
这个
the
比丘说是
two
受我懂了，就
heterodox
是无云皆空的。
teachers
那你
pretended
是
to
不
be
是
him,
你对这
therefore
个
the
身体
king
呢
was
就是
really
没有
upset
我
at,
这他说没有我
really
这
angry at
如果没有
the
我这的
lion
话呢，你把
bhikkhu.
图生出来，我要就是
And
看
then
到
the
你的。
king
当时呢，这个比丘把
summoned
这个图
lion
就是
bhikkhu
伸出来，就说是
and
身体
asked
本来
him,
不是我的，就为什
do
么
you
不给你？
do you know the
然后
nature of the five
当时国王用
skandhas?
宝剑来
And
看他的
he
图的
answered
时候呢，
yes.
就降下
Then the
爱色
king
的
asked,
后来那个
asked,
国王
do
的这
you
个树皮
know,
呢，也
have
自
you
然而然
attained
断落下来。过了7
deathlessness?
年之
And
后呢，
lion
那
bhikkhu
个
said
就是
yes. Then the king said, since so, can you give me your head? Then the lion bhikkhu said that since there's no birth and death, therefore, of course I could give you my head. At that time, the king captivized him. At that moment, when the king killed him with lion bhikkhu started, lion bhikkhu's body sprayed this white-colored milk-like liquid rather than blood. That's when the king knows that he is very unusual
有些
in
人的
terms
话，
of
网上就经常这个传播的啊，就是这个
attainment.
学院是什么什么，就是造各种各样的这个
So
造样。
that's
有些
really
道友都
important
也很
to
害怕
distinguish
啊，
there
是
are
不是真
people
的会
who
发生
are
这样啊？我看我们有
who are
些道友
enlightened
真
and
的
not. And the other
特
thing
别
is
但
that
是
we
特
should
别
be
小
able
就
to
是然后智慧
distinguish
也不
with
是特别
our
的这
wisdom.
种尖锐的，就是但是呢，有些时
On
候呢，
internet,
就
there
我们这
are
个
different
在这个
rumors
实践当
talking
中的
about
话呢，要
oh,
懂得这个
this
实践的
monastery
真
is,
相，这
is
个
doing
很
so
重
and
要。
so, many things are happening and so and so. And people tend
再
to be
加一
get
点吧，
really
就是刚才就
terrified.
是任务啊，就刚才这是
So
第一层
this
意
kind
思。
of
第二
things
层意思
really
呢，
acquire
就是
you to
刚才
use
这
your
个
wisdom to
要
make
当
discernment.
发这个
The other that's one
就是
layer
发着
of
相
the
啊，就是
understanding,
刚
and
才
the
是人
other
我相，就这个现在
the other layer
就
of
是应该
the
是气法
teaching
相
talks
这个发相，
about
怎么像呢？
the
就是因
nature
为
of
我们这
phenomena,
个各种法，
dharmas.
就是只有各种法呢，就
All
是变
the
成这个身体啊，就变成这个
phenomena,
合成这个身体。你看我们
compounded
身体的话呢，
to
就是可能
become
是有肉啊、血
the
啊、骨
so-called
头啊
I,
就
just
是
as
各
we
种各
have
样的这
flesh,
个
we
围成
have
这个
blood,
组
we
成的，
have
就是这
bones,
样的这个
and we
身
have
体。
different
那么
elements,
七位法
and
经
those are
灭位
gathered
法
together
经，那么
to
这些法呢，
form
就
this
是
body.
产生因缘聚合的时候呢，就是法就已经出现了，就是
Bodhisattva
我们的
who's
这
ill
个
should
刚才这些
undertake the conception
经验当中的各种加合的法呢，就是包括这个地水火风的四大也好，眼耳鼻舌身这个五根也好，这些各种各样的法就是一进气的时候呢，就是刚才就是这个所谓的病也可能会起的，法也会起的。一旦这些因缘法就是灭的时候呢，那么就是这些法也是灭的。由此法证，所以这些法呢，实际上用智慧来观察的时候呢，各不相的，互相都不可能知道的。地水互相，地水互风呢，互相也就毫不相干的。然后我们这个眼耳鼻舌身呢，也互不相干的。包括我们这个身上的各种各样的这些肢体啊，就是分子啊，或者是微尘啊，就是路程啊，这些呢也不相干的。那么他们产生的时候呢，也不会说是我已经现在产生了，也不会像我是已经产生了。他们毁灭的时候呢，就是也不会说是我现在已经毁灭了，也不会像我是已经毁灭了。就是这些因缘法呢，就是这是这个聚聚散散啊，就是我们经常讲的诸法因缘生，诸法因缘起，就是实际上是我们的这个身体呢，就是一个因缘和合啊，就因缘和合。所以这里呢，我们要懂得什么呢？就是懂得我们的这个身体的话呢，就是的确是因缘和合。我们不要认为是啊，我生病了，怎么会这样呢？我是如此的倒霉，昨天是好好的，今天的站得这么起来。
Yesterday, how come today I can't even stand up? I don't even want to eat anything. I don't even have any appetite. I already thought that today I would be really healthy, and now I don't even know whether if I'm getting a cold or having a stomach ache. And I don't even think of karma anymore.
不是这样的，因缘法懂得的话呢，应该是就是没有什么可执着的，对吧
I don't even believe in karma anymore.
再讲一遍吧。
If you believe in karma, you probably won't feel in such a way.
那么这个病菩萨这下面是这个灭法相啊，就是菩萨有病的菩萨呢，就是要灭法相。怎么讲呢？我们这个四法这个相者的话呢，颠倒啊，就是我们现在这个生病的话呢，这是一个颠倒的。这个颠倒呢，就是极大的疾病啊，疾病。然后那么这种疾病呢，其实这个它应该有些稍微有点不同，就是什么力大化而亲近啊，就是有一点点不同，但大的方面应该没有。然后我们说颠倒的这个想法呢，实际上是大疾病。大疾病是什么呢？远离它，远离它。怎么样远离的话呢？要离我所。它这里是一个不一化的这样。那离和这个什么？我和我所是怎么远离呢？就是那么要离二法。
And how could we transcend that? We should be able to transcend the two dharmas. The two dharmas are
那怎么样离二法呢？就是不念这个内法和外法，就是内法是指的是
the two dharmas of
外法是指的是六尘
the one who's able to get
因为
the
六
things
尘
to
和
get
六根当中呢，
to
所有的
perceive
法
or
都
to
已经
grasp.
具足了。
What is
那么
to transcend the two dharmas
怎么
is
样
to
就
be
是这个
mindful
原理这二
neither
法呢？就
of
是内外法都是平
interior
等性
nor
啊，就是
exterior
平等
dharmas,
有些当
and
中
to
是不动
practice
性，这个不摇性，不动摇而性，就是它里面
and to
也
practice
是这样讲的。
stability,
那怎么样不动摇平等而行呢？
practice
有因何
the
平等呢？
stable
就是
mind.
这个
And
唯
how
我
to
平等
have
和
such
唯涅槃平等，也或者说是
equanimity.
从涅
it is for self to be the same as well, for nirvana to be the same. It is from now till nirvana to have equanimity. Because samsara and nirvana are no other. In the fundamentals of Madhyamika, it says that nirvana and samsara are no different, and samsara and nirvana are there's no little bit, there's not even a little bit of difference between them. And how could, and both self and nirvana are empty. Why are they empty? They're merely names, because they are just the names, and therefore empty. And these two dhammas are without definitive nature. There is no solid existence. That's the nature of such dhammas or such phenomena. And when it attains universal sameness, there is no remaining illness. Once you could attain such kind of equanimity, then you would definitely have no remaining illness. There is only the illness of emptiness. And illness of empty. Then the illness of empty is also empty. So don't holding on to the empty. Don't think that everything is empty. Then you are already having the illness of empty, because the illness of emptiness are also empty. Once you could be cured from that illness of emptiness, you don't hold on to such emptiness, then your illness is completely healed. So we'll stop here today. Tomorrow is also Vimalakirti Sutra. Today, I think there are more people attending. I think that's a very good attitude of listening to the Dharma. The chantings over here, the before class and after class is really not the monastic chanting before class or monastic chanting after class. In fact, that's not true, because it's not just the monastics who are chanting, it's all of us chanting. So we should all take the time to chant and dedicate merit.